Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me. It's Becca from Readings by the Empress. And first of all, I do need to say for the survivors of Helene, wow, this is a huge storm and it had inland impacts that were just crazy, right? I predicted it was going to be a really bad one, but that was the night before and on a live stream. So I don't, and a live stream for Patreon, so I don't know that it was useful to anybody. But Helene, oh my gosh. So I'm praying for everybody. And let's ask some more questions. The death toll's over 60 because it really struck in Florida and Georgia and the Carolinas. And, you know, it's something else. 8 of coins reversed. Uh-oh. So that to me means there's something we didn't learn from last time. That's what that means to me. Because that's the apprentice, that's the learning. Okay. Page of Cups. Okay, what's the good news in all this? Okay, here come the cavalry. It's like that. Okay, so good disaster relief efforts at least. We always worry about that, right? After Katrina's disaster relief efforts were so abysmal. But good disaster relief efforts at least. And 7 of coins. 7 of coins. Yeah. Yeah, although it looks to me like it's difficult to fund them completely. You know what I mean? Like some people are still going to really be out some money. And then we have the tower. This does change things, though. This indeed was a tower. Okay. Page of Wands. More study about what caused this. You know, it's such a strange storm. Looking at things from a new perspective. Okay, so there will be learning about this, but I feel like they're saying there were opportunities to learn before this happened that weren't taken advantage of. And King of Cups, that's just a lot of water, right? Compassion too. People are you know, going to be really upset about. I think there should have been more warning, you know. Yeah, and so will the government be upset. Okay, there's Biden upset. Ace of Wands, it's an opportunity there was something that could have been done differently here to notify people earlier or something that could have been learned. Not to say that the National Weather Services were sleeping on this or anything like that. It's just sort of like what I'm hearing is this could be a little further ahead than it was. You know what I mean? The understanding of how storms can go so far inland and still have such high winds. And this was a very unusual storm. Okay, so what else should we know about it? King of Coins. Okay, so there is also money being devoted to the recovery here. So that at least is good. But my goodness, stay safe, everybody, and I'm praying for all of you. I'll put a link in my description to donate to help survivors of Helene. Okay. Now, I also wanted to read on Lebanon's. So Beirut has had airstrikes from Israel, which eliminated a leader of Hezbollah after another big leader was eliminated just last week, was it? And also strikes on Houthis in Yemen at the same time. So, of course, people are concerned. Now, Iran allegedly backs Hezbollah, or maybe not even allegedly, I don't know, Hezbollah and Hamas and the Houthis. And so what do you think, source? What happens after this? Let's see. Okay, and we just hold them in prayer too. And we have okay, we do have a new era coming in. We have a turning of the wheel. All right. 9 of coins. Interesting. 9 of cups. The world. The world is definitely watching. The 5 of coins. So there'll be a lot of refugees out of this. A lot of refugees, a lot of people leaving, feeling unsafe. Because, of course, I think it was an apartment building that was hit. So 7 of swords. Okay, there's still plans. There's plans that are sort of covert. It feels to me like, and I said this before, this is a proxy war, similar to Ukraine's war being a proxy war. So we have, yes, the US really funding a lot of this. I don't want to say a lot of this, but a healthy chunk, right? And now we understand. And so this had been planned. This kind of thing had been planned to sort of really attack terrorist organizations. Now I know they probably wouldn't call themselves that, but the crimes, you know, are pretty heinous. They don't have nearly as much power as the U.S. or Israel. They don't have a prayer, right? Um, so I am really praying for wisdom for all of the leaders in all of this. There had been strikes ongoing from Hezbollah, Hamas, but of course, we're just heartbroken by all of the innocents that are lost. Source, what have you to say about this? Yeah, still the aggression. It will continue. It will continue. Okay, so what does Iran do? Well, okay, good news. 8 of coins. Okay, Biden is, our government in the U.S. is instrumental here, but then so is Russia. Okay, and then we have the Hanged Man looking at it from a new perspective. Okay, so what I'm seeing is this does indeed change things, which is a little, and then we see the Knight of Swords. So this is a little ominous to me. Is there, how much does the fighting escalate? Let's say that. 10 of Wands, it's here, there, and it's everywhere. Okay, it's like that. So it's more like an escalation indeed from what has been happening, but it has been, there have been strikes back and forth. So it looks like in a number of places, Iran will retaliate. Okay, what's the outcome of that? 5 of Cups, 3 of Coins, the Moon. Okay. It's going to be hard to get good information about it, it looks like to me. We have the Chariot, the 9 of Swords. It is very worrisome, you guys, in the next month. Ace of Wands and Queen of Wands. So then we do have statements coming from the U.S. government to encourage de-escalation, is what I'm getting here. Now, the U.S., apparently, it's not likely that Iran will be able to strike back at Israel or will want to do this in a sort of like we're at war kind of way, because we have U.S. ships stationed really close by. Is that correct, source? Yeah, Hermit. So it's more like more isolated but coordinated attacks, retaliation from Iran. Does it get anybody closer to peace? 6 of Cups. Well, look at the history, which isn't so lovely. Queen of Cups. And yeah, it looks like this kind of thing continues, but I feel like what I'm seeing here is it escalates, but only so far, is what I'm seeing. I do not feel, do you feel like the Israeli citizens are at risk? We got citizens at risk on both sides. Of course, the Israel, Israel has much more firepower. We have 6 of Coins. We have, nobody likes this. The businesses don't like this. We have the 7 of Swords. So, but then the 7 of Swords to me means there are still sort of subversive plans. Like, it doesn't mean that now Hezbollah is done. They are still having plans, behind the scenes, of course. So this kind of thing, it looks like to me, it escalates, but only so much. And then I feel like it just kind of continues at a certain level. 9 of Cups. 9 of Coins. Somehow money is involved here. There are forces that are trying to stabilize the area is what I'm getting. But also maybe forces that would like to really weaken the terrorist organizations. So yeah, there's a reason behind all of this. I've always seen this as it will indeed completely, it will take power away from Hezbollah, Hamas, all of those organizations. They will be defeated. I've always seen this. Um, as defeated as they can be, right? Because so much of this has just sort of become part of the culture for some peoples, some areas, maybe more rural areas. I don't know, but um, but yeah, I've always seen they will be defeated completely, pretty much virtually completely, and a new government will rise up in Gaza, a new government with new leaders who are working with Israel, and that I've always seen it. So I'm not saying that this is the best way to it, for sure, but I've always seen that. So we pray for all of those people. My gosh, even those who have been recruited, to Hezbollah and Hamas, living under conditions in which, of course, they're ripe for that. So you can't, it's just a tragedy. It's just a tragedy all around. You can't point the finger at one person or group, but we do know that the atrocities that are inflicted are just, on civilians everywhere, both sides, all over the place, is just really bothering everybody around the world. So what comes out of this source? Ace of Coins, money, donated, okay. Page of Swords, a lot of people talking. Two of Coins, Hierophant, death. Well, that's what comes out of it. Eight of Wands, Sun. Okay, the sun will rise, but we will keep watching that area. It looks to me like the path ahead is rather complicated, but we will keep watching that area. And I will also provide the link for Doctors Without Borders, because I think, they don't care who they're helping. They'll help everybody injured, right? So I'll provide that link as well. All right, I just wanted to look in on that. I don't feel like, I just don't, my gut feeling is that by and large, people in Israel are safe. By and large, I don't think a lot of this spreads. What about people in Lebanon? There's a little more of this. There is more of this, but Seven of Swords, but there's also more terrorist behavior here too. And Five of Coins again with it's only parts. It's parts, right? It's parts. It's here. It's little. They're isolated but coordinated kinds of attacks by both sides, I believe. So it looks like there will be refugees. There will be refugees. And again with the Nine of Cups, like somebody is getting what they want. In other words, don't think for a minute that this is all accidental. There's something. I mean, there's some larger plan here. Not to say that the initial attack was, the initial attack it occurred. It was horrible, the initial attack on Israel, and the response, yes. But I do feel like in the background somewhere was a plan. Like, okay, if this becomes problematic enough, all these other nations rush in with their support. I feel like there's some sort of plan and intelligence watching these organizations for years and kind of monitoring, and this is the time now where yeah, these organizations will be taken out. That's what I always see. Okay, well, we pray for safety for everybody in the meantime. All right, well, thank you all so very much. I know it's a sober reading, but I thought I should definitely look at that. Take care. Bye-bye.